Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Besides the Point. Is it episode 41? Is that Dirk?
That's Dirk
Okay.
Nowitzki.
You know what? I'm happy if we leave it there. I don't know who's 42. Is that Donald Driver? I don't know.
Donald Driver. Wow. You remember Ahmad Green?
Ahmad Green?
There was another receiver there in Green Bay. I don't know. Bro. Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
That team was crazy.
Ahmad
Didn't you
Green.
use it in Madden or
NFL Street?
NFL Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was they had a fucking stack team, bro.
Yeah, dude. That was the team that I watched when I liked Green Bay, but
Yeah.
I forgot who else was in there. There was a couple other guys. I don't know.
Did you ever pronounce his last name Favre?
Favor?
I think didn't Pop pronounce it Fabre?
Fabre?
He says it's
I mean,
Fabre.
but that's the thing is that like the R is after the V, so
I know.
why is it Favre?
Like on paper,
Like-
you should pronounce it.
Favre.
I mean,
Favre.
where's he from? I don't know. Where
I don't
his
know
origin.
I don't know
his family origin?
the etymology of his name.
Yeah.
But
41 Dirk. Honestly, he was like the first like German or first like European player that I remember.
do you think
Seeing playing.
his ring is his ring was like crazy to get, by the way.
Dude,
I went through
Mhm.
prime LeBron James and fucking Miami,
Yeah.
you know?
I remember this. I remember this vividly. But when after the final buzzer and you know they won, I just remember him like going to the tunnel and like kind of like I don't know if he was like crying, but it was just so emotional.
That's yeah. I think he swept Kobe too. Did he not sweep the
I
Lakers?
don't know,
in
but that team looks great. But
like that his run to the finals is like crazy,
yeah.
you know. And I hope the Mavs do the same again. I'm actually rooting for
Do you-
Luka and Kyrie.
Do you know who Ant Edwards is,
Oh man, that's Michael Jordan's son,
bro?
dude. He's like the most like athletic person I've seen like right now. Like that man is the most like athletic specimen.
Yeah.
Like I think right now. I don't know who's more athletic than Anthony Edwards.
I say he's cut from the same cloth as like MJ, Kobe. Like he got that swag, and he plays both.
Dude, he got that,
plays
like-
both sides.
He got that like explosive like.
He's just
So he'll run through your ass. You know what I
he don't
mean,
give a fuck about you.
dude? Yeah.
He'll fucking
So it's-
dunk on your ass.
It's but they're gonna play for the Western Conference.
yeah.
Final.
So whoever wins will go to the final.
Dang.
As representing the West.
And then who's in the East?
Boston and Indiana.
Oh, did Indiana? Oh, they're playing right now though, right?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think Boston took game 1 last night. There was like this. It went into OT. There was like this.
It was like this
Jalen-
weird
Jalen Brown like
this weird like transition, right? Like I think like Pacers like they lost the ball like the last like 30 seconds or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. I just remember seeing a highlight of Jalen Brown hitting that
You're hitting
three
that three?
in the corner.
Yeah.
That's a three that I can make.
No, you can't.
He banked it.
You cannot bank a.
He banked the three.
But I know he did. But I'm saying you can do that.
Yeah, because the way I shoot, right, it's very precise, and I feel like in the corner sometimes, like I kind of like, you know, miss, but not like miss, but like miss the basket in a precise way, but it still hits the backboard and it still goes in. That's how
Okay.
that's how lethal of a shooter I am.
Okay.
I was the
Okay.
best. I was the best shooter in Pohikari. Pohikari Court, which was our old.
And there was no.
Yeah.
You know people are surprised sometimes that like I like basketball.
First of all,
I don't know people. I don't know why, but people don't think I like basketball. But I would say that like basketball is like me and yours is like pastime.
Yeah,
Like more
I don't-
so than
yeah.
football, like NFL. I feel like we were more bigger on basketball,
I feel
especially like Kobe.
Yeah, I feel like we played basketball more than we played football.
Oh yeah,
But I would rather watch football.
I'd rather watch football as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like as kids, I feel like we play basketball. We grew up in like the Kobe era,
Mhm.
T-Mac, and
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, yeah, I don't know.
I feel like if you're a Filipino living in America, you're like obligated to
Bro,
like
you
basketball.
gotta like basketball.
That's like our sport, bro. And there's a lot of Filipinos that like all they know is basketball. They don't know any other sport.
You know what's weird is that they think I don't know. I don't think I ever was. I think football was probably like my favorite sport to play.
Yeah, you're good.
But because of like I'm from America and you go to the Philippines, like people think you're fucking Kobe Bryant or something.
Yeah, for real.
I'm like, bro, like I'm not.
Yeah.
I wish I don't know.
I feel like when I ball there, I feel like I'm like an and one player.
Yeah, bro. Like
I'd be pulling out tricks. And
they
shit.
look at you and they're like, dang, dude, this is hot sauce.
I remember.
You're Mang Tomas sauce.
That's my nickname.
Mang Tomas sauce.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was like not last time, but the one before it. I remember I pulled out like a spin move. I pulled out a under the leg. You know, the one leg, and then you lay it up. I did that shit. I did it in half cabs.
Yikes! Half cabs. Wow.
Yo, half cabs is an ugly ass shoe, bro. Have you seen it recently? That shit look chunky as hell, bro.
You know what's funny about half cabs though is that I remember back in middle school when we were collecting shoes, and I remember you remember Riff LA.
Yeah.
Man, that was the site, by the way, because they had used shoes, but it was not from eBay. But it's a legit site.
Mm-hmm.
So this was before StockX. You know what I mean? And so I think it was very difficult to find like a shoe seller that sold used shoes and was legit.
Yeah.
And Riff LA was that. I
Yeah.
I remember they had a pair of Supreme half cabs, and I got them, and I was like, dang, this
You
is
had Supreme half cabs?
I think it was like
Was it red?
the red ones, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was those red ones, and I was like, dang, dude, I finally got something that's Supreme.
Yeah.
But then when I look at half cabs right now, I'm like, damn, those are ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
If you're not like a skater, nah.
I was always afraid too back then of getting used shoes because if I smelled it inside, it'd smell like feet.
Yeah.
Like the person's feet that wore it before.
So
That was my fear. But yeah, man, you had a pretty eventful week since you got back from Orlando.
yes, so I couldn't talk about it last week, but I can't talk about it right now. I got stuck with jury duty. Everybody's favorite thing, huh?
Yo, when you get that letter in the mail,
You're like, fuck.
it's like, okay, like I'm about to cancel everything that I've planned just in case I'm gonna be in a case. You know what I mean?
Listen, okay, so I've been living on this earth for nearly 30 years now, and this is the first time I've ever had to go in. You know?
Yeah.
And so I got the letter. I called and they're like, well, you have to go in. I was like, fuck, okay.
You get like a gut feeling, like that gut feeling when you call is like, oh God, I hope.
I mean, like I've been called in like maybe 3 times before this. Never got it.
Okay.
This is the first time.
Yeah.
And so I had to take my ass to the regional district court building, which I like actually work next to it.
Yeah.
In downtown. And you have to park at Fremont, the fucking Fremont parking or whatever. Right? And then you get there, bruh, and they show you a video of like what you could expect, which by the way is commented that like it's all recorded by the Wagners. I don't know if you knew that.
Who's the Wagners?
The anchor, the news anchor people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dana and I don't know if I forgot the other name.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, you sit there, right, and then you see the video, and this is the important part. I'm gonna give you guys a lot of tips for jury duty. This is the important part. They're gonna line you up, okay? And if you get lined up somewhere towards the front, you are fucked. If you're towards the back, you're chilling for now, and I'll explain why later. You're chilling for now.
I forgot. Is it because of your last name, alphabetical order?
I think it's just random.
Oh.
Because I was like towards the back.
Yeah.
So you get lined up, okay? By the way, I'm going through my experience right now. So I line up. They call my name. I line up. Right. Don't know. I just thought we were just in kindergarten again, and we're just gonna line up. So we line up. We go to the building across the regional court system, whatever. And there's the jury stand. Let's say the jury stand is like right there, right?
Mhm.
Where my red chair is. So it's on the right side of the screen. If you get or
The left side if you're watching.
my right
yeah,
side.
the left side
right?
if you're watching. Mm-hmm.
And so on this side where we're sitting right now, that's where the audience sits, right? And so the way this I didn't know that this works this way,
Mhm.
right? So if you're on the jury stand, right, you're kind of fucked because the way it works is that in the jury selection process, there are people that are going to be dismissed for whatever reason, and so as they're dismissing people from the audience where we're sitting gets filled up.
Yep.
So the more in the back you are, let's say you're in the back, you are safe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because because they fill it up, and so when you are sitting there, the judge will ask you about your reasonings,
Yeah.
and
Reasons
Bro.
as to why
you cannot serve,
you cannot serve. Yeah.
bro. People will make up the fucking stupidest reasons, and it's like, dude, like I feel like if you're that annoying, they will let you go. I'm being serious. If you are that annoying,
I don't.
they
think
don't
so.
want you to serve.
No. There was this guy because I served as a juror before. I think it was like 2 years ago or whatever. There was this guy that was just so annoying, but the judge wasn't having it, and the judge was like really trying to keep this guy. I forgot why what he said, but I know like he was just complaining the whole time, but the judge did not want
Really?
to let him go.
There's this guy. He was like, yeah, I have like something social, like social anxiety, something, and I've thrown up twice.
That day.
That like just before he walked in, and then the judge dismissed him. I was like, huh?
What?
I was like, yeah, bro, yeah.
Oh wow.
And I remember this one girl. It's funny because like you're trying to trick a judge, okay? Like think about that.
Yeah.
You're trying to bullshit a judge whose job is to sniff out bullshit.
They went to school for this.
They went to school for this shit.
Uh-huh.
So I wanna preface everyone who's gonna go jury duty. You're trying to bullshit a judge here. you can't do that. Which you can, by the way, because I remember there was people that had, I have back problems. I can't really sit for that long. And then I remember he was like, could you stand every 5 minutes? And would that help? And they're like, yeah. He's like, all right.
It just makes you sound like when the judge like questions you, like it just makes you sound dumb.
Yeah. But it's like those people clearly don't want to be there,
Yeah.
And
I feel like the people that are safe are teachers, especially if school's in session, because there was
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 teachers that got dismissed in my case because they were like, I'm a teacher and I have class to teach, and then the judge was like, is there like a substitute teacher that can cover for you in case you get selected? And they're just like, no. And then they let them go, bro.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, like,
honestly.
I don't know. I feel like that's a legit reason. I feel like single moms too.
Yeah,
Legit reason.
yeah.
Or single parents, sorry. Legit reason.
Yeah.
But bro, if if I see you and you're like an able-bodied person with a normal job, bro, I'm like, sit your fucking ass down, bro. Like you're not tricking anyone.
Yeah.
Didn't
you tell there was like titas that
Oh, yes. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I think you told me like something about they had vacation or
Hey, yes. So if you're ever at jury duty, I want y'all to count how many titas, which are like old Filipino women, like literally aunties or something.
Yeah.
I want you to count all of them, and I'll bet you all of them will have an excuse. Okay?
Yeah.
All of them.
Fact.
All of them will say they're not gonna say something.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
And so what was funny though is that so they go kind of like this. They kind of snake around, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was literally, there was no one sitting right here. I was literally the next one up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like maybe 4:30, and we get out at 5, and I think they were gonna deliberate after or whatever to select a jury.
Yeah.
And so so when you're in jury duty, you have to read this thing where it's like, what's your name, what's your profession, what's your age, it's just like an introduction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this tita was, she couldn't she couldn't read or she couldn't understand the questions.
Mm-hmm.
And the judge was like, all right, you're dismissed. I was like, fuck.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like, dude, there was like maybe 5 people that didn't know how to speak English or read English. They got dismissed.
Can I ask you something? Do you think you have an advantage if you're like older? Because I feel like if you're an older person, you could do things like that. Like if I said, I can't read these questions, like they're gonna look at me like, what the, you look like you're 20 years old. Like
if I think if you're, if English isn't your first language, then you have a better chance.
Yeah.
But
I have skepticism on like, do they really not know how to read something?
I don't know.
Or not, speak English very well. But I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying like,
yeah.
I would understand if that were the case. Like they get dismissed.
But I mean, I'm sorry, but how are you a U.S. citizen and you don't know how to do that?
Preach.
You know what I mean? It's just like, what? Like,
yeah.
How's that fair on the other people? Like, what? Anyways, I'm not trying to get political here, but
yeah.
So yeah, she got dismissed. I got called up, and so I had to read the sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was done reading, bro, the fucking lawyer hit me with a crazy ass question. Crazy, just not even. I'm not even warmed up. Because the questions they were asking before was like, oh, like what do you expect when you drive in Las Vegas? What are some things that you guys look out for? Those kind of
yeah.
This motherfucking lawyer. She was like, if a person with
you're role playing. You're role playing.
Like, if a person that has a pre-existing condition, let's say hemophilia, if you bump into them and they fall and then they get injured, do you think they get compensated? Do you think they should get compensated for the injuries because they're more prone to injury? I was like, and then where was the traffic question? Ask me about Las Vegas traffic.
And the wheels in your head started churning.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, oh damn. I was like, that's tough, but and here's where I fucked up. Okay, I fucked up by saying I could see it from both sides. And I'm gonna give you guys, I think, a legit reason why. I think a legit kind of thing to get out of jury duty. Okay. But I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah, so that's why I said I look at it from both sides, and I think that was like, dang, okay, this guy right here.
Yeah.
And then she also asked me like if I ever had to go to work like injured or sick, and this is where I fucked up again. I was like, no, because I'm a very healthy person. I live a healthy lifestyle. I work out every day. I try to eat healthy every day. That's where I fucked up. Okay.
You sound like an upstanding citizen right now.
Bruh, and I got a bachelor. I just said I had a bachelor's. I'm single. No kids. Like, I'm the perfect candidate.
Perfect. I choose you.
And so, what was funny though is that the deliberation didn't stop that one day, so I had to come back the next day, the Tuesday, to finish deliberation. And I literally, besides those 2 questions, I didn't say shit. Right?
Yeah.
Like they were asking questions. I didn't raise my hand. I didn't fucking participate. I didn't do fucking shit. And so when they were like, "Hey, okay, so we're gonna deliberate and then we're gonna dismiss the people who aren't going to be in the jury." Right?
Can I say something? I know the reason why you say like if you're like at the back of the line, because if it reaches like 5 o'clock and then they don't get to those people that are in the back, they get dismissed.
Yeah. So if you're not sitting on the jury stand and you're still sitting in the audience,
Yeah.
you get automatically dismissed.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Those
Bro,
people didn't
literally,
answer one question.
There was 2 people. There was me, and then this guy, and then that's it.
That was in the audience, or
No,
like got called up.
that was left.
Oh,
And so and the rest of the people were just chilling there.
Man. You got called up.
And I was like, dang, dude, fuck. And what's funny is I was texting you.
Mhm.
Like I was like, man, I'd be surprised if they choose me. Like for real. I'd be surprised. And little did I know, I got motherfucking chosen.
That's the thing too. Is like I got chosen. I don't think it was the questions I answered, but like my job occupation, because I was an analyst.
Okay.
So obviously, analysts you do have to look at both sides. You know, you can't. It's
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
really like black and white. So I feel like that's why I got chosen. Just because I'm like unbiased at first.
And that is what they're looking for. They're looking for someone who's unbiased. I remember there was this girl where like she was talking about women rights or something like that, and the lawyer was like, "I'm afraid that you said that," you know, because like they're looking for the smallest bias. And here's a legit. I think this is the most legit way to get out of jury duty. Because when you're reading those questions, you have to say like, yes, I can be unbiased. Yes, I can be non-partial. And there's just one that I think you should say, and it's the sympathy part. I think that if you're not comfortable, because here's the thing about being in a jury, right? And like you're gonna ruin someone's life, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You're gonna either ruin the plaintiff or defendant, right?
Yep.
And I feel like if I should have said like, oh, like I don't know if I could like handle that. I think I'm too sympathetic towards people. Then I think I should I feel like I had a better chance to get dismissed.
I don't think they like people that are emotional.
Emotional, yeah. So I'm a very sympathetic person. Like I honestly feel bad for people that are in this. You know what I mean? But knowing that I can't have that cloud by judgment, I feel like next time, if I ever get selected again, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm a sympathetic person. Like,
Yeah.
I have feelings. I don't know if I could separate that.
Yeah. A part of me thinks too, like if you look at me, I look like a nice person. So I feel
Dude,
like
and
they're
yeah,
gonna choose you like based on how you look.
And-
like
yes, and I was dressing nice every time. I look put together.
yeah.
I have a bachelor's degree. It's like, bro, this guy is fucking perfect.
You have the image of a nice
Of upstanding citizen.
a nice person,
Yeah.
And you were answering the questions probably how they wanted, like they liked.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I think jury duty was a great experience.
I liked it.
I think that I don't think that you should be like, oh man, I got selected. Fuck. I don't think, unless like it's gonna affect your job or whatever. But if you're covered, and I feel like it's a good experience because like,
especially when the trial isn't that long.
yeah. I think that it's more beneficial if you stay because you get
Yeah.
paid for it and you don't get called for jury duty for like the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Like there's just a lot of benefits to it.
Yeah, and I also like it's like I'm watching a CSI episode or like some like Law and Order, like if it feels like
Yeah.
I'm in a TV show, like the extras that play the jury in court TV shows.
Yeah.
I felt like that because you're just like watching things unfold.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
dude, when they were cross-examining their fucking witnesses, that shit got crazy. That shit got hella crazy.
Yeah, when like attorneys and when they put their skills on stage, it's like
They are good.
yeah,
They are good at what they do.
yeah.
And
It's like you can't lie to me.
you know the second thing about jury duty though is that like you can't really pee at any time.
You have to wait for a break.
You have to wait for a break, bro. And
Yeah.
I remember I chugged a Monster before we had to go in,
Oh.
and literally I had to go fucking pee and like, cause you have to see like as a jury you have to you have to see all the evidence.
Yeah.
And so you can't be just like, yeah, I need to go pee, bro. You need to wait for a break. And
Yeah. Was your leg shaking the whole time? You're like,
I was like,
gotta
yeah,
go
I was
pee.
like this. I was like this the whole fucking thing. But yeah.
What would you do in your down? Because I know there's a lot of downtime. I just remember like, because you're in the like when you go out of the courtroom and then you're in the hallway. I just be staring through the glass.
And on your lunch?
Not lunch, but break times. I would use the bathroom, obviously, but then like I would like kind of just
Oh, yeah.
gaze off into the
Yeah.
the views and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why that like came to mind, but yeah. Did you like read? And I think you told me you had time. To
Oh
read
yeah, I
books
mean,
and stuff.
no, I like after like the second day, I was like, I'm not gonna bring a book. I'm just gonna like be on my phone.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
But yeah, I think like jury duty was not that bad. It wasn't that bad.
I liked it. Well, obviously coming in, it's like, dang, like I'm gonna have to miss work for this, but I really think it's a good experience because now I feel like I know how the court system works.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Because like the one thing I learned about the like trial is that I feel like attorneys will frame evidence to support their argument. You know what I mean? Like they're like but they won't tell you everything.
Yeah.
You know, they won't tell you everything, which is stupid. It's like why are you making me deliberate and try to find a verdict if I don't have all the information? But as a juror, you have to literally take their arguments, decide which one is more credible, and then that's your verdict.
Yeah.
But despite it not being the full truth, you have to take it for, because you're under oath, obviously. But there's a lot of ways around that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then in my case, I feel like one of them. What's the defendant's attorney? Is that the attorney, or who's the
I don't
one that?
know.
Well, one of them was outdoing the other, and that fool convinced like me, like because he was so good at
When you were
explaining
deliberating,
things.
when you guys were deliberating, were you guys split, or were you guys like, okay, like clearly this is
There was
one way?
definitely a majority on one side, and I was on that side. But it didn't take much to convince the others. Like, I don't know,
Dude.
Part of me feels
So-
like they just wanted to leave.
And that's another thing about jury duty.
We got pizza though.
Oh, we got Capriati's.
Nice.
But that's another thing about jury duty, right? Like yes, I did take my job very seriously as a juror,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we are normal people who have jobs, who have lives.
Mhm.
And, it's just like, and we have to set aside everything to be a juror.
Yeah.
And that's the most difficult part, is that like, it is 100% a sacrifice to be a juror.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's like I got a new job.
Dude, that was another job. That's literally like, because here I was like, yeah, I'll like answer emails. I won't be behind, bro. Hell no. Like that was a full job right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I just feel like you're asking regular people who want to go home, what do you think about this case?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Before we go on a break, I do want to say, like, if you are having, I guess, apprehensive, is that the word? About like doing it, like I think, even if you get selected, like take it for what it is and enjoy the experience, because I think
yeah.
it's
And you know what I want to add too is that the jurors that were with me were really cool.
yeah,
Really cool.
I had really-
Everyone was really cool,
yeah,
down to earth people. And that was like the one thing that kind of sucked about jury duty, is that like you can no longer see those people.
Yeah.
See those people again.
yeah. Yeah.
So that's like the only thing. But yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. What's up, y'all? Just wanted to take this moment to let you know we have a new YouTube page up. Check out Besides the Point podcast on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications for new videos coming out. Again, it's Besides the Point Podcast on YouTube. Welcome back to Besides the Point. I've been listening to some like songs. Well, one in particular. Do you know Tommy Rickman?
No.
It's like a big song on TikTok.
Is it the? Do you know
this-
you want to
Yeah, not the
Oh
same
really?
thing.
Okay.
That's stuck in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've noticed a lot of artists. They sound like from the past, like old music.
Isn't that weird that like it's like a resurgence of like,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh man, that sounds cool,
Mm-hmm.
but
Like it gives me like an old school feel.
nostalgia.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I could go into a disco hall.
Right.
So today you sent me or you told me about this list.
Yes.
I guess Apple compiled. Like I don't know if it's based on like.
I think it's like
fans?
No, I think it's like songwriters, producers, artists.
Okay, so they
So
compiled.
it's like the fucking Ballon d'Or of fucking music.
Yeah, so they compiled like the top 100 albums of all time, I would
Yeah.
assume. So we're going to go through the list and we will see if we agree or not.
So it's 100. So we'll just kind of skip through the first.
Yeah, obviously there's going to be
70.
albums. There's going to be albums on there that we don't we haven't heard. Just because I guess there's like genres in that list that, I don't personally listen to.
Okay.
So let's kick it off. 98 Astro World, Travis Scott. Did you listen to that album?
I don't know why that's. Yeah, I did. But I don't know if that's better than like. I mean, obviously we've seen the list, but like I don't know if that's better than like things that are not on this list, but
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, like out of like all the albums in the world,
in the world, like Astro World.
I liked Brian McKnight. What is it? The birds singing Brian McKnight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that album.
Really, I like Rodeo.
Oh, Rodeo 2. Rodeo
yeah,
2.
Rodeo was.
Yeah, Rodeo 2. All I know from Astro World is the one with Drake. Right?
I thought it was a good album. I thought I don't know if that makes all top 100 albums of all time.
yeah.
But I don't know about that one.
I know there's Travis Scott. Like honestly, like I like him, but like he's like I don't listen to him like a lot.
Me neither.
It's just a little too. I don't know. Very hyped. Like too hyped. I'm kind of like I'm chill.
We have Rage Against the Machines. That's dope.
I don't listen to them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. This one feels like a disgrace. Confessions by Usher is 95.
Why is that a disgrace? You think it should be higher?
I think it should be higher, bruh. I think for me, that's probably like the best R&B album of all time.
Yeah.
You know, like why is the best R&B album at the
The
bottom
thing
of
is
the list?
that this list is obviously subjective, so we don't really know their thought process. But I would agree. I think 95 is too high.
It's just every track
Or too
like,
low for
I think
Usher.
every track on there is just like the album is like cohesive
Yeah.
and there's bangers on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Flower Boy, Tyler the Creator.
I listened to it.
92?
I listened to it once. It was definitely a different artistry from what Tyler was doing before.
Yes. I do think that's probably his best album. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Is that the one he got his a Grammy in? Flower
I believe
Boy?
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so. There's sunflowers on the cover.
Yeah. We have George Michael, Listen Without Prejudice, Volume 1. Back in Black, AC/DC, 90.
Have you always listened to like rock, like hard rock?
Like 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I like all types of music. I literally like all types of music.
Oh.
But yeah. Why?
Oh no, I don't remember you ever like really getting into hard rock like that.
It's just when you get bored, you listen to music and you're like, oh, this is dope. Doggy Style, Snoop Dogg, 84.
I don't know what's on there.
Sipping on gin and juice. Laid.
Oh, is it laid back or baby?
I don't know. That's laid back.
Laid back.
I got my money.
Rolling
Okay.
in the streets.
All right. Get Rich or Die Trying. That's a fucking classic.
Classic. That is a O'Farrell middle school classic for me.
We have Marshall Mathers.
Oh, can I say something really
I
quick?
think that's a little bit too low. I think Marshall Mathers should be a little bit higher.
Can I say something really quick about Get Rich or Die Trying? That album was like, it changed the world, because I remember like walking home from school in middle school, and I was at a stop. What is it? Stopwalk?
Okay, crosswalk.
Crosswalk. And a Cadillac pulled up, windows down, had the freaking what is it? The
Yeah.
spree wells,
But see,
and they were bumping in the club.
that's the thing that I'm kind of confused about this list, because I don't know an album that was like that. Get Rich or Die Trying. Like if you're into like 2004, 2005, like bro, like you wanted to wear G Unit, you wanted to fucking
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
They
that
were,
was
yeah.
fucking the marketing for fucking 50 Cent was
Yeah.
immaculate.
Rap and hip hop was 50 Cent.
At that time,
Yeah,
yes.
at that time.
G Unit.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. You're telling me that like, it's just I don't really know.
Like, did they take influence into this list? Like,
Of course, I think they did, but
because that was a very influential album. Get Rich or Die Trying.
yeah. It's like I said, Marshall Mathers LP.
Is that the one
Eminem.
Stan?
Yes.
Oh, that was a great album.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great album.
See, and this is the thing. You're telling me that Usher, that SOS from SZA is better than Usher Confession? Like you
Dude,
that's
I
what
just saw that.
like what criterion are you basing this off of? I don't understand that. You know?
That's great. I just saw this too. How is that above Confessions?
Confession. That's literally above Confession. That's above Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's
I
wild,
don't
dude.
really
All I
know.
know is Snooze.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's a good album.
Yeah,
But we're talking about like top 100. Like you have fucking like AC/DC in here. You have fucking like Metallica in here and The Strokes and shit. Like
I
you
will
know,
say-
it's just like
yeah.
what?
I will say I haven't listened to the album fully, but
I don't know about that one.
I needed to like change my life. Album needs to be life change. I have to do something because of this album. Like
Yes.
like 50 Cent. I went to the mall, Macy's, JCPenney, bought G Unit clothes.
Yeah.
You know, it has to make me like, it has to influence me, you know?
So we have Straight Outta Compton, NWA, 70. Is This It? The Strokes, 68. That's a great album. The Smiths, The Queen Is Dead. 3 Feet High and Rising, De La Soul.
That is
65, 62. All Eyes on Me. I know we're jumping around, but like we're gonna just kind of jump around these parts. The Cure, Disintegration.
I haven't listened to Anti by Rihanna.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I think that's a. We have Take Care, Drake, 47. Okay, yeah, I know. All right.
View should, if that's there, View should be above that.
Spoiler alert: Views is not on here.
What episode was it? I think that was our first episode.
Yeah.
If you guys want to hear my opinion on Drake's best album, listen to episode 1.
Aquemini, Outcast, 41.
Mm.
And see, this is where I disagree. Elmatic, 39. That's too low. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. That's the greatest
That's the best hip hop album
of all time.
of all time. I don't care what anyone wants to say about that. That is literally the best.
People are going to say Jay-Z, The Blueprint.
I mean, no. No.
I think there's 2 types of rap. There's that like braggadocious, like, you know, luxury rap. And then there's that like lyrical. I cater more
Sorry,
to
not rap album. I'm going to say hip hop album.
hip hop. Yeah, hip hop.
Let's say hip hop album.
I cater more to lyrical, like just words and like, I don't know, like that album really. It was one of the reasons why I wanted to rap.
And then like Enter the Wu-Tang, the 36 Chambers, 37. It's like because like look, I'm gonna compare like that with other hip hop albums that are higher, and it's like
Yup. Mm-hmm.
you're telling me Public Enemy that album is better than Enter the Wu-Tang? What? You know what I mean?
This is all jumbled up.
And so we have Ready to Die, Biggie
Yeah.
at 32. And we
Oh
have
my
the Low End Theory, Tribe Called Quest. Is that what the War Tour? Low End Theory?
No, I think Award Tour
wait,
was
no, that's-
Midnight Marauders.
Yeah.
Low End Theory is Can I Kick It?
Oh, okay. And Electric Relaxation.
Yeah.
Okay. But like, okay, I'm okay. Low End Theory or Illmatic.
Illmatic.
Low End Theory or Enter the Wu-Tang.
36 Chambers.
This is the thing. I don't know. And then we have finally we have Kanye West. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy at 26. Discovery is 23 by Daft Punk. I feel like that's a little. I don't know. I feel like they should be a little bit higher.
Really? I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
listen to the full album. Is that the one with all
That's
the
like
hits?
with yeah.
Around the world,
Around the world.
around the
Digital Love.
world.
Okay. We have so let's
The Chronic.
yeah.
Dr. Dre?
So we have number 19, The Chronic. T Swizzy. I don't get it either. I don't know. I don't get it. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? 17. At 15, we have 21, Adele. 13, Blueprint,
I just saw that.
Jay-Z.
There's no way that I don't know. For me, that's not above Illmatic.
That's a little too.
That's not above
high.
Illmatic. That's high.
That's very high.
That's very high. It almost cracked the top 10.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know about this.
I don't know about this.
I don't know about this.
Radiohead, OK Computer, 12. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors, 11. That's a good album.
Would you say it's 11?
Fleetwood Mac?
11.
That's so difficult because we're comparing different genres. You know what I mean?
But this whole list is like a whole bunch of different genres. So like they're putting that above those genres. I don't know. This list is kind of
It's
kind of making me mad.
it just kind of doesn't make sense. Okay, so we're gonna do it. I'm gonna read off the top 10.
Okay.
We have Beyonce, Lemonade. I've never heard of that album. Nirvana, Nevermind. I think that's the one with the baby.
Oh yeah. In the pool.
Amy Winehouse, Back to Black. Number 7, Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, where's Macklemore? Where's the album that won over?
Preach.
Where's
Hello.
that? Huh? Grammys?
Was it The Heist?
I don't know. Where's that at? Huh? Grammys? Come on, Grammys. Come on. Like let's be real great. Like come on, Grammy. You need to give Kendrick his Grammy for that. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What were you guys thinking?
To this day, I still feel like that's his best album.
I mean, look, and like I know that these albums are not gonna make it. I mean, I think we'll talk about albums that didn't make it that
Okay.
I think should have.
Okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. Frank Ocean, Blonde.
Is that
at
the
number 5?
Is that the a potato flew around my room?
That's Channel
Oh.
Orange.
Oh.
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
listen. I don't think I listened to that album.
Prince, Purple Rain, of course. 3, Abbey Road, The Beatles. And I thought this should have been number 1.
Wow.
Was Michael Jackson Thriller. I thought that should have been number 1. And number 1 was Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Wow.
That is considered the best album.
of all time?
Yes.
Have you listened to the album fully?
I have.
Me too.
Okay, so I don't know if that beats Thriller. I don't know if that beats Thriller. I just don't think it beats Thriller.
Let me read this sentence to you, okay? We're really leaning on what she did on this album, the songwriting, what she shared, what was happening in her life that she effectively put in the music. So you're telling me that did not happen with these other albums? It's just such a general statement.
Yeah, because
You
like
know?
the thing. Dude. I think that's one of the best hip hop albums though.
Which one?
The Miseducation of Lauryn
Oh
Hill.
yeah.
I think that the obviously the songs are fucking bangers, right? But I think what I like about this album too is that it has a really great message. I think the messaging in this album is really beautiful. But is it enough to be number one? I don't know.
I don't think so.
You know, I think as far as Thriller, I mean, dude, the influence that Thriller has on music in general is just that should have been number one. I don't know. Let me read because it says it's the greatest blockbuster album ever. I think everyone I've spoken to about this list automatically assumes that it's going to be number one. That's because we spent decade after decade seeing it basically number one. It came out during a time period when music was it's just I don't know what the whole thing, but it didn't bug me that Lauryn Hill came in at number one. That bugs me. that bugs me.
They wrote it doesn't bug me.
They wrote it. Even like the Beatles, Abbey Road. I feel like those two albums like should have been 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm not hating on Lauryn Hill. I'm not like that's
a great album.
That's a fucking great ass
That's a
album,
great
dude.
album,
Like
yeah.
that's such a man. It's so beautiful when you hear it. And like even hip hop now, they sample that. You know,
Yeah.
album like freaking Drake sampled so much shit out of that album.
Care
It's
for me, and then the bad for me, there for me.
Yeah, dude. Like even like Zion. That's a beautiful song. X Factor. You know, but is it better than Thriller? I don't know.
It's just surprising that that's number one to me. Like, out of all the albums in the history of music,
Yeah, like
Michael Jackson didn't.
dude, come
that
on.
Didn't that wasn't one? Like, it's just crazy.
That I don't know. I don't know about.
I need to
that.
know. I need to know what was their basis of this list, like, because you could look, because obviously, again, like you said, music is subjective. So, like, what was the criteria of what they were going by on this list?
But see, it is subjective. But I know in terms of this list, they had to put it in an objective space, even though it's subjective.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I'm sorry. I think it has to be Thriller number one for me. You know.
Yeah.
Because
Did you listen to? I didn't listen to that album fully.
Thriller.
Thriller, yeah. Just Thriller, the song.
The thing is that I don't think you need to. I think that you already know the songs in there because it's everywhere.
Okay.
I think it's probably the most like influential. Like,
yeah, I was gonna.
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
in terms of like the music videos for it,
Mhm.
the album itself, Michael Jackson. I don't understand how that's not number one.
Yeah.
I don't
know,
understand
man.
how Frank Ocean is number 5 either. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, dude.
I'd rather listen to Channel Orange than Blonde. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. What?
So albums that didn't make the list. What do you think?
But the thing with me is I listen to a lot of underground stuff,
Okay.
and there's a lot like of classic underground albums that I don't even think music critics even
Like what?
consider. Little Brother, The Minstrel Show, Blue in Exile, Below the Heavens,
Mm.
like stuff like that, like albums like that, like, because those are complete albums, and I just feel like obviously that's why it's called underground, because it's like I feel like it gets overlooked, but there's so much effort and artistry in those albums, and people don't really like put them on any list, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I get that. Especially Mr. Show. Mr. Show is like banger after banger after banger after banger after
Yeah.
banger after banger after banger.
Yeah. I just feel like there's music critics should really look into like, especially if they're going way back in the past. Binary Star, Masters of the Universe. That is
Yeah.
a lyrical masterpiece.
Yeah.
And it's not just lyrics; like they actually talk about their life in there. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like they get overlooked. If I made a top 100, it would be way different than.
Oh, it would be a lot different for me as well. Like, but that's the thing is music is subjective. It's like
Yeah.
your top 100 is gonna be different from everyone else. You know, like I would put. I know this is kind of head ass, but I would put New Jabs I would put Modal Soul, you know, the one with Feather in it,
Yeah.
or metaphorical music.
Mm-hmm.
I think New Jabs himself, like I think he's more influential in today's like lo-fi, these beats that are like more like a vibe, you know, like
Yeah.
he's the father of that. Even
Yeah.
like Jay Dilla
Yeah.
and like what was some Village album, I forgot.
Yeah.
The one with fucking,
It's like Detroit something.
yeah, just
Donuts.
even like Liquid Swords, I don't know.
Yeah, most of the fucking
You know?
Wu-Tang members, bro, like their albums were fucking critically acclaimed, you know?
Did I? Yeah, it's this difficult because I think you're bunching. I even think Enema of State, Blink-182.
I was going to say that, like, because I was going to ask you what artists that you didn't see on the list should be on the list. And Blink-182, bro, like, I think that
Yeah, Enema of State. I think that should be on there.
that like revolutionized like punk
like,
rock,
like pop punk rock.
pop punk rock. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because all the
Yeah.
small
like,
things.
I think that album should be on there.
Yeah,
I think Graduation should be on there.
I was gonna say, dude. I listened to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I get why that's on there though.
I think creatively, there's a lot more. But Graduation, that's a banger up the banger on them.
Yes, yes. What else?
What's an artist that you didn't see?
An artist that I did not see.
Yeah, I want to look up just a random list of like greatest albums of all time, and I bet you, like,
It'll
it's
be
gonna be
better.
way different than the Apples one. You know?
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of shocked that Illmatic was 39. I'm kind of shocked about that.
Yeah, that's
You
for
know.
me. That's
You know what too? Black Star. You know
Yeah, but it goes back to like old school
Like,
underground.
that was the underground hip hop album before underground hip hop was underground. You know what I mean? That's like
Yeah.
the granddaddy of like, if you listen to underground hip hop like that, you've listened to Black Star.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard though.
I mean, like I don't even think it's based off influence, because if it was based off influence, NSYNC would be like
No.
like
But as an album though, I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe No Strings Attached.
Yeah, I was gonna
maybe
say that one. Yeah,
maybe that one.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know what the criteria was for.
And I do think we are looking at this from because we grew up on hip hop, so it's like, it's more of a hip hop take, obviously, except for Blink-182. I still think about that Blink-182. I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I feel like when a song or an album is good, even though it's not hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, there's songs that I bump, and they're not hip hop.
Sure.
You know?
I think, yeah, it's another thing too, because I think Mad Villainy should be
Oh
on
my
there.
goodness, yeah.
It's
I'm saying, bro, there's so many. If you're gonna look at it at a hip hop rap perspective, like, they're missing a lot of like albums that are considered underground, but they have the same quality, the same creativity, same artistry as like these other albums.
yes,
But you don't even mention them.
yeah.
Like, it kind of makes me mad, because I feel like they should get their flowers. Like, artists like that should get
I
their
agree.
flowers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
especially like MF Doom and
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know about that list.
Yeah.
It leaves a weird. I think if they ended Michael Jackson at number 1, I think I would have been more fine. But the fact that they didn't,
Mm-hmm. It's just for me. It was a lot. It was very jumbled. Like, there was like, I feel like some albums should have been higher than others and things like that.
yeah, because obviously, I think if you listen to, like, let's say more classic rock, like 80s rock, you're gonna absolutely like compare like you know, the rock albums, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't really know anything about, but
Yeah.
this is just like how we're comparing. Like you're telling me that like, you know, like all these other albums come after this one album. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I'm interested to see like because that's Apple, you know, could be just critics that work for Apple and that made this list. So I wonder how like Spotify would
Spotify, please put Michael Jackson number 1, please. Jesus Christ. Even
should
like
do a list.
I don't know. I just feel like
they gotta make a list to blow apples out of the water, bro. Like, you know.
yeah, it's hard because it's like yeah, it's hard because it's subjective, you know.
Well, are we kind of being unfair because we're saying it's subjective, but then we're like kind of saying like this album should belong up here? I'm like kind of playing devil's advocate, but like, you know.
Listen, I think that the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is a fantastic album. But if you're gonna ask someone who's the top 3 hip hop albums, does that make it? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some people's, but I do think 1 or 2 is gonna be Illmatic on a lot of people's list.
Yeah.
So that just kind of questions why is Illmatic 39. Are you taking Illmatic or Enter the Wu-Tang?
I'll take Illmatic.
Right, I'm taking Illmatic as well.
Yeah. Illmatic. It made me feel like I was in New York.
Now, like me personally, from a very subjective standpoint, I'll take 36 Chambers.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, that is not
But
bad to say.
it's
Either.
I think that is my favorite hip hop album.
36?
36 Chambers, yeah.
Mm.
But that's just coming from my own experiences. You know what I mean? It's just like from my own kind of subjective experience. It's not
Yeah.
based off of like, oh, okay, this track. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, but yeah.
I think nostalgia too, because I remember listening to 36 Chambers while I was in the cafeteria eating Taco Bell.
You know, it's funny. The first time I listened to 36 Chambers,
Okay.
when your friend took us to Workman in the Boulevard.
Oh my gosh! Shout out Workman, man. That
and
was like
he played Wu-Tang Clan,
yeah.
and I was like maybe in the 6th grade,
You were young.
and we were on the way to Workman's because we're fucking hype beasts back in the day, and he played Wu-Tang Clan, and the first I remember this so distinctly. He played hey, yo, what's up, man? Yeah, chilling. All right. Yeah. You know, and
Yeah.
he played that, and that fucking blew my. I was like, these guys are like talking like ninjas, but they're rapping. And I was in the 6th grade. I was like, whoa, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
And I just went, I don't know, and just that's literally the first time I ever heard Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like that also makes a great album or song is like, dude, I've never heard this before, but it sounds amazing.
never heard of this before.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I don't know Apple. I don't really agree with.
Do you use Apple Music or do you use Spotify?
I use Spotify.
I never had an Apple Music account.
I've always wanted to try it,
Me
but
too.
I don't know. I don't know.
It looks too clean for me.
I just feel like it's music. I don't know. I
don't know. The interface. When I look at the interface, it looks a little too tidy.
It's almost like I don't know. Like I feel like it does the same thing.
Yeah.
So why would I need to change it?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah,
So okay, do you not agree? Final statement. Do you not agree?
no, I do not agree.
Yeah,
I do not agree.
Me neither. How'd you find out about this? By the way, was it like an article or like a?
They were announcing it on Twitter, like the fucking NFL draft.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I just saw like top 50 through 40, and then you just see like everything, and then they were counting down number 1, number 2.
Are you serious?
Or number 5, number 4.
Was it on like was it?
It's on Twitter.
I know, but like it was like a live event or.
No, I just was on my feed, and I was just like, oh, what the fuck is this?
I see.
They're doing albums.
Was it like trending?
Yeah.
But I could tell there would probably be a lot of hate. Hate.
Oh, of
comments on that
course, of course.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I just feel like putting Lauryn Hill number 1. I feel like they just wanted to be edgy and different,
I mean, I feel like
and
you
not
could-
put Thriller number
could
1
be
or
edgy.
Abbey Road.
Yeah, you could put edgy. Well, You could be edgy and not put that on. You put some other album. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but you know.
It's just I know a lot of people don't have that at number one, so it's just like I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah. Well, Apple, I don't
Because
I
you're
don't
saying
know.
that that's literally the best hip hop album. That's what you're telling me. That's the best.
I think it
hip-hop
mentioned
album.
something about R&B too. Like it's a mix of hip hop and R&B.
That's true,
So,
but still,
all right. Well, Spotify. If you can make a list,
or like I don't know, somebody else.
I don't know any other. Napster.
Napster, LimeWire.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Besides the Point. Hopefully, you guys have a great week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.